Hi Cancers, and welcome to your July 2019 reading with me, Cindy. Now, typically I do my zodiac readings, I'll do them bi-weekly. So I would have typically been doing a reading for the first 2 weeks in July for you guys. And then later on I would be doing the last 2 weeks. But because summer holidays are coming and my son's coming out of school and I know we're going to be busy doing stuff, I wanted to do the entire week of July. I'm still hoping to do sort of something bi-weekly, like in the middle of the month, to, just see if energies have changed at all. But if I don't, then at least we have these 5 weeks right here for you right now. So I started out with my energy oracle cards to just kind of get what the overall energy was for Cancer going into the week of the month of July. Now, this card, so this is the one that came out, this anxiety card. It's funny, this card came out 3 times during the pre-shuffle. And when I was shuffling and getting ready to actually accept a card, I thought, if that anxiety card comes out, I'm going to be that's going to be so crazy. And it did come out. It literally flew out of the deck, it came out. So you have that card. You're feeling anxious. And I did feel a little bit of anxiety when I was shuffling your deck and sort of trying to get into your energies. Now, the underlying card for that deck is this community card. So I'm thinking for some of you, there is going to be some kind of solace in community, people around you, or perhaps some of the people around you are the cause for this anxiety. So we're going to delve into that a little bit deeper. So these are the weeks. So this is the first week of July, second week, third week, 4th week, and the 5th week. So if we look at your 5th week, you have the Hanged Man and you have the Black Egg. So the Hanged Man is about looking at life in a different perspective, looking at a viewpoint from a different perspective, trying to understand something that you haven't really been able to understand by looking at it differently. Now the Black Egg is about having a very deep inner truth that needs to be spoken out. So this deep truth needs to be expressed. It sort of sits deep within ourselves, and it has the symbol of spirit at the top here. So this is often something that you will get a nudge from spirit saying, it is time that you honored your own spirit and spoke your truth. So with the Hanged Man card here, I feel as though you guys are trying to figure out the best way to speak this truth towards a situation or towards a person or people that are probably causing you some degree of anxiety. I'm going to pull clarifying cards with another tarot deck as we go. I just wanted to get like a base feeling for what's going on for you guys for July. Now, the second week in July is the 9 of Pentacles. This is really good. Your second week is looking good. Your first week isn't really bad. It's just, trying to understand something and trying to get the courage, in a sense, to hatch this black egg within yourself to speak your ultimate truth. So you have the 9 of Pentacles, and this is a really good energy. This is somebody who's really working hard at their craft, something that they have a deep passion for as well. And you can see how divinely, in a sense of how grounded is this divinely grounded energy. She's sitting here with her piano. She's sitting on the old snail shell. The trees actually grow around the piano. It's almost like this music, whatever it is you do, it supports other things around you. It supports life force energy in a sense. So you will be doing something that is very good for your soul. It's not just good for your soul, it's good for everyone around you. Like, it really feeds them. So some of you may have something, I want to say, like an artistic end that you may spend some time doing. And the frog, this is all about renewing energy, renewal. This is very cleansing energy when the frog comes up. So definitely, and it has the alchemical symbol of water for any of you that are wanting to keep track of what signs do we have right here, right now. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and it does feel like it's renewing you guys. It's very cleansing for you as well. So yeah, your second week looks nice. Your third week, you have the Moon card. So with the moon, you can see that in this tarot deck, it's depicted with a woman removing a mask. Is she removing a mask or is she placing a mask on? So that's sort of the question. What stage are you at? Are you putting a mask on to hide some feelings? Are you taking a mask off to start exposing the truer self and to start looking at things a little more clearly? The moonlight can already be deceiving. So if you're in the moonlight and you're wearing a mask, you may not be seeing the truth at all. So I feel, particularly with this butterfly card underneath it, is the butterfly is a rebirth. So it feels as if there's a bit of a rebirth happening, a new way that you look at yourself. This deeper truth is really starting to come out. It feels like you almost nurtured it in the second week with this frog energy. There was a great deal of nurturing that went on and cleansing, deep, deep cleansing for yourselves. And perhaps music, even just listening to music that you love can do that, and taking the time for yourself. So butterfly is all about really a rebirth into something new. If we think about butterfly starts off as a stubby little caterpillar with tiny little legs, and they can't really get very far very quickly. And they go through an entire metamorphosis and become one of the most beautiful creatures on the planet that can fly anywhere and have these long, slender legs. So it's quite a dramatic transformation, and it's a type of transformation that you don't go back. You don't go back to who you were. Butterfly never goes into another chrysalis and comes out as caterpillar again, right? So this is a nice rebirth that's starting to happen for you. And again, we do have, I like whenever I see like some sort of image of a moon, one of the cycles of the moon, it feels like this is sort of the time for you. This is a cycle change. So in this cycle, you are going through something new for yourselves, and this rebirthing energy is coming. Now, the fourth week, so you're at the Two of Swords for the fourth week, and swords being air signs, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, if you are, resonating with that. But again, there's a cycle, and isn't it interesting, actually, looking at both of these cards? Do you see how this card, the moon cycle, is at the bottom half, and then on this card, it's the top half? So it feels like two different cycles actually sort of coming together. Oh, interesting. And that would make sense. It feels a little bit to me when I first put the cards down, what I was feeling was there's sort of a cycle change coming up for you. And I feel like some of you are still holding on to the old. Some of you are still holding on to the old. And I kind of get that feeling when I see both of those moon cycles like that beside each other. There's a choice to be made with the Two of Swords, and they're not able to make it, right? The person isn't looking at the two offers. There's an offer here, and then there's an offer here as well. But their arms are crossed, their head is down, they have a robe with a hood on it, they can't see very well. They're not making a clear choice, but they're not even really looking so that they can make a choice. It's kind of a little bit of a stalled energy. And then coming behind it here, you have the Panther. So this is underlined for needing to make that choice. Panther energy has the alchemical symbol of fire. So it's fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Now, Panther is a nice little predator. Panther cleans up the forest. Panther takes down anything that is unhealthy or not serving the ecosystem well, maybe shouldn't be reproducing because it is just unhealthy. Only the strongest survive in the jungle. So Panther comes in, and Panther also though hunts at night. So what's interesting to get Butterfly and Panther beside Butterfly is there's both sort of an indication of some sort of rebirth here, some sort of like a rebirth, and then the sun, the rising of the sun, which is on a new day, so to speak. And when we have that symbolism of the rising of the sun and a new day, that is about the rebirth actually hatching out and taking off. So with the Panther card, the cleanup is happening in the evening, in the nighttime, and then after Panther, we usually get a rebirth. We get something that happens. There's this new way of seeing life. There's either this new relationship, a new job. There's something because you've shifted your energy, yet it's not quite coming through here. So I'm gonna have to pull out some clarifying cards to kind of get an idea why you guys are feeling stuck with that. So the 5th week in July, according to the calendar, there's 5 weeks in July. Your 5th week is the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is tough energy. I mean, this is a real battle here. You can see the red, the fire in this card. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energy. There's definitely a conflict there. I'm feeling a lot like it is an inner conflict for Cancer, though. This earthworm is underlying that conflict. Earthworm is very grounded energy. It's an earth symbol here. Now, but look at how earthworm has all this magical light within itself, but yet it doesn't release that light, and it's almost intertwined on itself. It's almost tying itself into a knot. So one of the key indicators when you get an earthworm card is you're being cautioned about sort of overthinking to the point that it's just not productive for yourself anymore. It's not serving you well. It's almost time to release and relax that energy. If earthworm would just loosen up, stop all this crazy thinking and movement, then and relax, this natural beautiful rainbow energy would just come out on its own. So I feel like it's something you're fighting within yourselves. And it's interesting because then on the bottom of this deck, this is the Wild Untamed Animal Spirit deck. On the bottom of it is octopus. And octopus speaks very strongly of that, what we just talked about. So octopus is, this is the water, alchemical water symbol, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So Cancer, guys, the octopus's head is all lit up here, yet the light doesn't go anywhere else. It's just staying in the head. It's just constant thinking in the mind. And with all of these tentacles, this card often comes up, asking you to think about, does your overthinking, does it sabotage relationships? Because this is all over. This energy is all over. It's all over. It's like concentrated in the head, and in the tentacles, it's very random and sporadic. It's not being harnessed and used in a beneficial way for octopus in that sense. And then the underlying card for this tarot deck on the top, whoa, wow. That's a lot of energy coming out. Let's get it here. So that underlying card was the Strength card. So this is the Leo card, but I do feel that is your underlying energy. So you're going through something to build your strength here, to encourage, to continue building the strength that you've been developing over this lifetime so far and other lifetimes. We are born into life with our natural strength that we've gained over time. So you do have that strength that you carry forward, and this is adding to that strength. Now, there's probably a reason that this is going on, so we're going to try to get into it a little bit more. I would like to know a little bit more about this community card, actually. I'd like to try to get some information about the community card. Is this community pressure causing anxiety for Cancer? Or is this more of a supportive energy? So if we could get some clarifying information about the community card for Cancer. Why is the community card here? It just flew out. So the community card, it feels like a lot of choices. That's a lot of choices. So, and again, we have this little moon up here. So this is part of this cycle change, yet it feels like probably a lot of people are trying to tell you what you should be doing or what they think you should be doing. And it's really messing with your head. It's really making things complicated because nobody else is living your truth except you. So when the community is involved with giving you almost too many choices, it's one thing if the community of people around you, and when I say community, this can be friends, neighbors, family, romantic partner, anything, anybody that's in sort of your tribe. When they're giving you too many suggestions, it can make life very complicated. It's almost better if the community energy can sit back and allow you to almost talk through your options, because by doing that, you will often discover your own answers. When other people are feeding you with information, it is very difficult to discover your own answer. But if somebody allows you to speak to them and sort of talk things out, I mean, that's why they have psychiatrists, right? She can sit in that chair and they ask you questions and you're the one that does all the talking. But by doing that, you start to discover answers within yourself. So yeah, it feels like maybe you need to pull away a little bit from some of the advice, over advice that you might be getting from people right now. So let's get a clarifying card about the Hanged Man and the Black Egg. What is it that Cancer needs to look at in a different perspective, from a different perspective? Oh, so we have the King of Pentacles. That's very interesting to have that coming up as something that you need to look at from a different perspective. Perhaps some of you are dealing with, well, the king. Whenever I see kings, queens, pages, knights, to me it's an individual, and we're speaking of an individual. So this is an earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. I feel I'm getting the message that this energy has been providing you with some perspective. I'm feeling that it may have been supportive energy at one point, but now it's feeling a little bit worn out, like almost like you need a break from that energy. And this is going to resonate with people in different ways. This may be, for some of you, this may be like a partner, and this energy, you just need a break from this energy, or you're trying to communicate with this energy. You've been trying to communicate with this energy, with this earth sign, and speaking your truth. Let's get one more clarifying card. How will the King of Pentacles handle Cancer speaking their truth? Oh, nice. Okay, there you go. So if there's any doubt, speaking your truth is only going to bring you the world. Speaking your truth is very good. So speaking your truth to this King of Pentacles is very advisable from Spirit right now. That, well, speaking your truth is really always advisable. But if there was any apprehension, maybe other people around you have been saying, oh no, if you say this, or if you tell them that this is how you want this relationship to go, or if you tell your boss that you want this raise, or you want to see if you can get these sorts of hours. Ooh, but no, there's really good, and the world is a really great card. You can't really do much better than that. Okay, so the Nine of Pentacles and the Frog seems really like a rejuvenating energy. Let's see if there's anything additional that Spirit would like to tell us about Cancer and the Nine of Pentacles and the Frog. Is there any other information that Cancer needs to know about the second week in July with the Nine of Pentacles and the Frog? Oh, Justice. Sweet, you guys are starting to get some really good cards right now. Justice is wonderful, and she's also holding a pomegranate, which is very symbolic. So the pomegranate is wonderful. It symbolizes fertility and death. So it's a cycle again, because it's basically birth and death, death and birth. So there's you're getting prepared for that, as you are right here. And it is in just, we have a wheel up here, which does speak to me of a bit of the Wheel of Fortune. So this is almost, this is universal timing here. This timing is coming in for you to experience this sort of shift and change in the energies and the people around you. And it's good. It may feel a little bit tough at first. Change can always feel a little bit tough. The important part is, which I think we have to be careful with, is overthinking it. Overthinking this. So it does feel as though you are removing that mask. And you're looking at maybe who you thought you were in the past and who you are now. Can Spirit give us any more clarification on this butterfly energy for Cancer? This rebirth energy that's coming towards Cancer. What is this rebirth energy that is coming towards Cancer? Cancer is removing the mask. How many cards do we get there? We got a lot of cards. It's too many. Okay, so what is this rebirth, this moon butterfly energy for Cancer in the third week of July? What is this? Oh, okay, we got one that, everything else falling out here, but we got one that flew right out all on its own here. Oh, the Six of Swords. So you're being asked to just go. You are being asked to just go in a very trusting way. This person here who is, you know, pushing this gondola, They are blind. Their eyes are all sort of whited out, but yet there's seventh chakra above their head. Their intuition is bang on. And this lady in the gondola with him is sitting with her eyes closed and almost like a sense of a prayer, or just take me forward and I will go. So in this card I often describe as, I don't know where I'm going, but it's much better than where I am right now. And that is a wonderful energy to have. That is an adventure energy. And that is an energy that is going to bring you new experiences, situations, and people that serve you well. The Knight of Cups did come up. I haven't asked a question yet, but I was about to clarify the Two of Swords. Interesting, because the Knight of Cups came up for Gemini. Was it Gemini? Let me just look at my notes here. I just did, yeah, for Gemini came up as a choice that they had to be making. I'm going to put this sort of down here as a secondary, and we'll see. I'd like to ask a clearer question. What is this choice for Gemini? Okay, and you got the Sun card. So you got the Sun card, guys. That's a really good choice. So with, I do want to say with the Knight of Cups that came out ahead of this question, you may be making a choice between perhaps going in your own direction or taking this offer from this Knight of Cups. Because the Knight of Cups is young energy. The Knights are, you know, Knights are all about our doing. So it's definitely something coming towards you. Someone coming towards you with an offer of love, a cup of love. But, you know, Knights to me aren't long-lasting energy, whereas the Sun card is very long-lasting energy. So perhaps you're feeling that there's something better for you, that there is something better. I will pull out a clarifier on this Knight in a minute to get a little bit more information about that. I'm going to put the Sun over top of it. There we go. That's better. Because the Sun card, it feels like you almost know that there's something better for you. I mean, this woman, she's sitting in the sun. It's this warm glow. She's got two wonderful little babies here. There's a ship coming in with probably more bounty. All the flowers are in bloom. It is a beautiful summer morning, summer day, summer evening. It's just beautiful energy, very supportive energy, happy energy. So then that takes us to the Ten of Swords and the Earthworm. Why does Cancer have the Ten of Swords? Oh, geez, Gemini got this card too. Some of you may be dealing with a Gemini in this situation. Or, yeah, wow. I remember a mask too being... I'm going to have to look back at the Gemini video because I think Gemini also had this card. And this might have been a clarifying card for it. Because you will notice that there's a mask that's been dropped on the ground with this Death card. So Death is a big change in something for you. Something in terms of, could be ending of a relationship, the ending of how you see yourself, the ending of how you live your life, the ending of a job, and many, many different types of things. Now, I would like to know about the octopus too. How are we for time? We're not too bad. So why is Cancer really up in their minds, overthinking? Oh boy. So we just got cards I think we already have. But these ones are a little bit different. So we have the Strength card again. So it is digging into deeper strength for yourself and having a trust in yourself and sort of the divine order of the universe in a sense. So you see that she is pointing her hand upwardly, and this is a beautiful Strength card. She is not keeping this lion's mouth compressed. She is riding his back in a very friendly manner. This is a really nice energy, this Strength card. So it is sort of a bit of karmic lessons, I feel, that are coming in for you right now, that is developing and building up your strength. as a deeper soul. And the Hanged Man here, you can see with this card, I get a very clear indication of a choice to be made. So this person does need to make a couple of choices. The first choice is to actually see, So you need to unbind your arms, and you can see that the hands are not bound. So it's easy enough to unbound themselves and remove everything so that they can see. And then once they are unbound, well, where do they go? Do they go to the right or do they go to the left? So that's the choice that they need to make. So that's understandably why you're in your head a lot, because there's a choice that you need to make and you don't want to make the wrong choice. Now, you really can't make the wrong choice. So that's the easiest way to look at it, because as long as it's a choice that feels really, really good deep inside, then it's a choice that serves you, right? Okay, yes, so I wanted to get a clarifying card on this Ace of Cups. I'm going to use my Tarot of Sexual Magic because I feel that this deck is very strong in terms of giving us an indication of, is this a mutual affection? Is this, you know, just coming in for a quickie? Is it supportive of both parties, this energy? So let's get a little bit of clarification on your Knight of Cups right now. Wow. Okay. That came out fast. Oh, The Four of Chalices. I don't find this to be a very romantic energy. I find this to be a little bit stagnant. It doesn't move very well. There's a lot of discussion going on here. There might be a little bit of deceit. I feel like these two are talking about someone else, or they're talking about a plan to hatch. It's not very romantic at all. I mean, there are some pretty romantic cards in this deck, right? Like people are all over each other and having a good time. So I don't feel like, at least what the cards and the energy is telling us right now, that this Knight of Cups is, it's, if anything, I would maybe call it slow moving, but I would be a little bit cautious of that Knight of Cups energy for you. So I want to get one final card, and this is going to be coming from my other animal spirit deck. It's sort of a final message of guidance as you move towards and through the month of July. You are going to have to make some choices here. Oh, jeez. Okay, so the card that came out face up is the Vulture Spirit. Nothing is wasted. Vulture cleans everything up so that rebirth can be clean, so that rebirth can be healthy. So it does feel like you're sort of in the energy where rebirth, this is the process before rebirth, because we do have the Death card here. We do have the Death card here, and with the butterfly, it didn't jump right into a rebirth. It felt like there was a little bit of stagnation, or still the need to make a choice that's being figured out. And then we had a lot of this sort of overthinking and the Death card. I think August might be interesting for you guys with this guy. So it feels like you're in the Vulture energy right now. Nothing is wasted. So all of this experience is actually preparing you for your next journey. And yes, it's also cleaning energies up so that when you do have your rebirth, you're not dragging in any old energy, and it's sort of a clean slate in terms of whatever this is. For some of you, it does feel like it's a possible, it's definitely relationship. It feels relationship related. A few of you, I feel this may be work related, but for most of you, it seems relationship related. And out of the ones that's relationship related, there is a portion of you that it feels like it's romantic choices, and others of you, it feels like it's more choices in terms of friendships that you maintain around you, or even family members. So that was sort of a whole July right there. And as I said, if I do have time, I will definitely do like another one for July for each of the signs, but this is sort of like a just in case. So just making sure that all my T's are crossed and all my I's are dotted as we move into the month. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that reading. Let me know in the comments, and we'll see you soon, and take care of yourselves. Bye.